Hi everyone. In this video we will go over how to do SQL or how to answer queries using query by example. So this one by now you should be already an expert, I would say, or really good at using SQL for retrieving data only. And this is very important for us in order to analyze data. So we need to be able to retrieve data from a database management system, whether it is Microsoft Access, SQL Server, MySQL. All of them use the same context or syntax that we have been using for SQL. There are minor differences, but those are very minor, and I already kind of mentioned them, especially using wildcards. And another way to do or to answer queries is using what we call them query by example, or using the GUI, using Microsoft Access. So let's practice by doing this guy. So I know most of you might have already answered those questions here using SQL or SQL. And let's look at how we are going to solve those questions by query by example. So as I said, the first thing that I like to do is to look at the schema or the entity relationship diagram and how the tables are connected. That way I can see the name of the table and also the names, how the fields are spelled, and also I can also identify which fields or columns I need to retrieve the data from. So now let's get started by looking at the first question. List all students who graduate in May 10, 2002 and are accounting majors. So for this question, I need first to look at which table contains or helps me answer this question. So it is students, so list all students. So I will list the first name, so it is basically the student table. So I will show them the first name, the middle name, and the last name. And then they said who graduate in May 10, 2002. So there is a field here called grad date. So that's kind of gives me an indication. This is the field that I need to restrict my output to the date. So I will do that. So I'll go to create, query by design. So instead of closing this guy, I will only select the table that I need for my query by example. So it is the student. So I will add this guy and then close out of here. So I will select now, double click the first name, middle name, and last name. So now I have the fields that I need output from. Now I need also, as the question says, those who graduate in May 2010. So I will scroll down and see what is that grad date. So grad date now for Microsoft Access, one of the differences is for Microsoft Access is that it requires the use of hashtag for dates. So in this case, May 10, 2002. And close that hashtag or number sign. Now we can run it. Actually, I have really nice output, and that answers my question. So now if you want to double check, you can actually see the SQL as well here, which is exactly like what we did. Here instead, they included the name of the table before each name of the fields. So you get the idea. It's very straightforward, very simple. So that was the first question, which was retrieving data from only one table. So now let's look at the second one, which says list all students. So when I say list all students, you can select all if you want from that table, or limit it only to the first, middle, or last name. So there is no right or wrong in that case, as long as you can identify the names of the students. So list all students who accepted an internship, including, so I'll close out of this. I mean, for you, you will save this guy as query 1. So I will close out of this. That way we can move on to the second one. So list all students who accepted an internship, including job title and name of the company. So now if I look, they are saying list the name of the student, so it is from the student table, and then they said those who accepted an internship. So accepted an internship, the internship is the job type in the job table. So as you can see here, I need this guy, and they want me also to list the job title, and the name of the company. So the name of the company is in this table, the company table. So this is a very interesting query because it requires us to retrieve data from multiple tables, more than 3. Actually, they are. So we will include the student table, and then any of those tables, as long as it can connect us to the job table. You can either select so student, and then either select the offer or the interview. Both of them should give us the same answer, as long as they can connect us to the job table. And then I need the company table, and in order to get into the company table, I need also to include the recruiter table. So this will help me to join, so I need to join all those tables to retrieve this data. So let's solve this problem by going to create, and then query by design or query design, and I will start kind of from student all the way to job and then to company. That way I don't miss any of those tables. So I will start systematically. So I will start with the student, and then second one, offer or interview. So I will just select offer for now. So as long as they are connected here or joined, and then job, I will add that guy, and then recruiter, because it helps me join the company, and then I need the company. All right, so this might be a little bit faster and easier for some of you, but SQL is a skill that you already know, and it is good. So if you did this assignment in SQL, that's good. If you want to do it or to verify doing it this way, this is good as well. So now we will select those. So we will select the first name, middle name, and last name for the student, and then internship. So they said who accepted an internship. All right, so let's see. Including job title, so internship is the internship will be as the job type. So I'll call it here internship. So you will see that automatically it puts quotation mark around it. And job title, so they want us also to put the job title. So here I will show you how we can uncheck this one, that way it doesn't show, but we will check it and then uncheck it later. And the name of the company, so now the company name is here. So let's run this guy, and now we see that those are the names of the students who accepted or who have accepted internship. Okay, so very simple, very easy to do it. So if we are not interested in looking at, let's say, the job type, we can always go back and uncheck job type. Now we will not see it. So that's for number 2. Now let's move on to number 3. List the average salary offer by measure. Salary offer. So now let's see where the salary offer is. So salary offer is in the offer. So and then they said average salary offer by measure. So what is the measure? So the measure is in the student table. So now I can easily say the student and the offer will be included as tables in my query. So the student and then offer. All right, so now they say list the average salary by measure. So what I am really interested in is putting the measure first, and then basically group by measure, and I want the average salary offer. Now for this one is a little bit tricky. You don't see the group by here, but to do that you will need to go to totals. So you can either expand it and go to totals, click on it, automatically you will see group by when it is selected. Now I need to get the average salary offer, so I will just say average here and then run this guy. Now you will see that it looks great, it answers my question. So if you want, let's say, to format this in a nicer way, you can always go to property sheet and then format and then select currency. So now you will see that it is much organized in a nicer way. more professional. So now that answers number 3. Number 4, I'll close this guy. Number 4, they want us to list the interviews scheduled for December 1st, 2001 by company. So interviews, so I have the interviews, so I can list all items in the interviews and schedule for December. Okay, I have the date for interview date, but they want us to list them or group them by company. So basically I need this table and I need the company. How to get the company? So I will need to include the job, the recruiter, and in order to make me reach the company. So I hope you get the idea now that we need to join interview with job and job with recruiter and recruiter with company. That way I can join the interview with the company table. So I will do that. So I'll go to group. So I will, okay, I can start from top to bottom. So company first, and then recruiter table, and then the job table. And then I can do the interview. All right, so now this is what I have. So now what I need is, they said they want us to show the company name and then everything in the interview. And then we can restrict it to only certain date that they asked us for. So what I can do here, instead of clicking on each one of those, I can just double click the title of this table. It will highlight all the fields for me. I can drag them, drop them here. So now I have everything in the interview table, all the fields. Now the question is for December 1st, 2001. So interview date is December. So again, I will use the restriction here, December 1st, 2001. All right, let's run this guy and see. So I have those, this company or this. Let's also add, it will be helpful maybe to see also which job titles they are interviewing for. So let's do that. I will go back here, and then since I already have the job table here, so let's add this guy and put it somewhere here. All right, so international operator, production engineer. So you get the idea here. So this answers my question for number 4. Very straightforward. And then number 5, list the average bonus offer by company. So this is also includes a lot of tables. So bonus offer is in the offer table, but also I need the company. So to do that, I need to see how they are linked. So I need also to include the job and the recruiter in order to reach the company. So you get the idea by now that we need to join those tables that are connect this table to the company table. So I'll start with the company again, and then recruiter, job, and you will notice that they are connected. So that's a good sign. And then from job, I need offer. All right. So now I have all the tables that I need to answer my question. Again, the question is list the average bonus offer by company. So I need the company name first. That way I can group the bonus offer from the offer table. And again, I will just use the total here. That way I can see the group by, and I need the average bonus offer from here. And I can run it. Beautiful.